Hi, Yura. I'm Sarah from the upcoming. Such a pleasure to be able to speak to you today. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I saw Nora some time ago back in Cannes. Absolutely blew me away. And the response to it, I mean, not only at the festival, but since has been absolutely phenomenal. I've always been a huge fan of Sean Baker's work, Tangerine, Florida Project, Red Rocket. But I think, arguably this is his best year. Had you always been a fan of him? Was he what you expected? What do you think stands out about him as a director?
It's my first work in America. It's my first movie. And I'm so happy that it's shown because it's super informal. It's real life. He is very simple man, and we spend a lot of time together during our shooting holidays and after work days, just talking about our film and about life, about everything. And it was like a very important part of my life because I was first time so long in different country. It was very important for me feel that somebody need me here, and I feel from Sean that he really need me, and from Mikey too, and that's why we were like a family. And so I love Sean because he was very open to me, and he's still very open to me. We still going together during all this promotion company. I feel him. I'm very happy that he is in my life right now.
And I guess in this day and age, it feels like it's, difficult to make something that doesn't feel kind of predictable or derivative. And I feel like that's one of the things Sean Baker is doing better than anyone else, and even going into the film, maybe in the first few minutes you feel like you're watching one thing and then it twists on you and it overturns those stereotypes and those tropes that it set up, and it continues to do that all through the film. Was that already all there in the script, and what did you first think when you read that script?
Something was in the script, of course, but something not. And we sometimes we catch something on the set during rehearsal or during preparation for some scenes. But finally, he did editing. When he did editing, he did it only by himself. It's not often director do editing by himself, and he spent a lot of time for this, going scene by scene from the beginning to the end. This feeling, what you say when you feel everything changing every time, it's because of him, because he finally do this version of film like an instruction. So it was very interesting. It was lots of improvisation on the set, and we have a lot of takes. We tried to do a lot of takes for this puzzle for him to do best editing finally.
I think one of the things he does so well is also kind of take people that are perhaps on the margins of society and, invoke some of those stereotypes or expectations we might have of those people, but then immediately overturns them, whether that's a sex worker, whether that's the Russian oligarch. But I guess that also really applies in the case of your character. And he's kind of quite complex in the sense that he's sort of conflicted. He's a mix of lots of different things. There's sort of, a hard-nosed edge to him, but then there's also kind of this naivety and the sweetness that's underneath that. So how did you see him, and how did you approach playing him?
For me, it's a very lonely person, which one trying to find his place in this life. He just want some simple things, want to find some job, some family. You called it American dream, but I can say that it's just in Russia. I feel that people want same, but it's we don't call it like a dream. It's just normal life. I so much want to him this life, and but in this point of his life, he have nothing, no job, no friends, no girl, no family, no parents. That's why he's very lonely. He's empty. He just met this girl, Anora. It's only one goal for him to protect her because he feel that she's very same. She's lonely too. His life is very difficult. Her life is much more difficult than him, and that's why he just want to protect and save her, just like that. I feel him like that.
This incredible chemistry that you do share with Mikey. And, it's obviously kind of really key to making this sort of back and forth between them work. What was it like working with her? And did you have a favorite scene? I feel like you might say in the really fancy apartment and everything just goes a bit wild and some stunts involved. But also even like the final scene, without spoilers, it's such an incredible and also pivotal one.
Yeah, of course, it was very funny. It was not simple. I mean, this long scene, it was not simple, but was very funny. It was around 8 days for shooting this step by step. We going forward and trying to understand how does it possible to do all this stuff, safety but funny, give feeling that it's real moment. Yes, but I like that scene in the final. Not in the car, but on the coach between Igor and Anora. I like that scene because it was so much versions of this scene. It was a lot of improvisations because, of course, we had script and words in our lines. Every take, we tried to do some new lines, new words. It was like big laboratory of this situation. It was very, very different every time, and for me it was very interesting. Of course, finally we could see in the movie this scene, but it was a lot of very different versions of that moment.
Finally, what has it meant to you winning that Palme d'Or? So, kind of that stamp of approval from the critics, but beyond that, just how it's connected with audiences in such an incredible way, and how people have kind of fallen in love with these sort of, misfit or oddball characters. What has that meant to you?
Yeah, of course, it's a very magical moment when you could see your film, and it was first time for me this screening in Cannes with when you could see it with thousands people and energy is crazy, and all this applauses, energy like it's stadium, you're a player on the stadium, but you're not play right now. Your game is finished, and you don't know how does it work. And you see to your game work with a lot of people, and of course it's very nervous, and at the same time it's very happy moment. And after that, a lot of people want to give back energy to you, give you some feedback. And I like that pause before someone start talking, because you could feel energy before people start talking. That moment when people just came and say thank you, and a little pause, and that's it. It's magical moment. I mean, energy between people and me.
And I know you've had such a, long, successful career in Russia. I think, Compartment Number 6 definitely kind of put you on the map with Western audiences, but, maybe this is another level again. So what do you think the success of this film is going to mean for your career, and what do you hope to do next?
I can say I don't feel that it's kind of new level. I could say that it's just new meeting of new people, new artists all over the world, and I like it. I want to do some interesting job, interesting work, art, and just live interesting life. Spend every day like celebrating of life. This is only one goal for me.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all that with me. And I can't wait for everyone else who hasn't seen it yet to see Anora. Thanks so much.